Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time it's really cold. You could probably see my breath from my crappy webcam, but we've got a whole bunch of Transformers to talk about. They just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about that stuff. So I'm going to start off with what we already know. We already know that we're getting the Devastation Optimus Prime. This is a deluxe class toy, so not much to talk about here, but I want to bring it up because yes, it is going to be part of that next wave. We also have the Voyager class Gamer Edition Ironhide. This is going to be a repaint of Ratchet. We already did a video on that, so not much to talk about there. But I also wanted to bring up some of the repacks. So we are getting a repack of the Studio Series 86 Jazz. This was the very first listed 86 figure, so it's coming back around. And hopefully the tolerances are a lot better, but it does seem to have the same clear plastic. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then also for the leader class, we are getting a repack of the Dark of the Moon Shockwave. So the figure right here, it's got no changes from what I can see. It's got the same parachute guy, it's got the same wheelie, it's got the same brains, it's got the same figure falling over, and I couldn't pick that up. So it's the same thing, but if you missed out, there you go. There's another chance for it, and it's not like a Target exclusive. This is going to be a retail figure, so that's good. Anyways, moving on, we also have the brand new look at Autobot Q or Wheeljack. They even put Q in brackets, even though they didn't do that for Dino and Mirage. I guess that's just what they're going for. And this is technically not our first look. I mean, we did get the preview images a while back, but it was just taking a picture of a render, and we didn't get anything for the alt mode. So the alt mode, I believe, is a Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken. It might not be, it might be some other car, but it's the blue car that he appeared in the movie, or at least it's a similar thing to that, just like what they do with the Sideways and the Dino. They couldn't get the rights, so whatever it is, it's a blue car. There you go. And you can attach the weapons to the side. I'm probably not going to display it like that, but I do like the shape. It's a very classic shape, very clean, so that's good. And then for the robot mode, some people are upset because the torso doesn't have a lot of paint. And I could see that. I would like to see some gold up here, or maybe something that would give it depth. But if you're complaining about the blue, from what I saw in the images, or the render of the actual character, it doesn't have a lot of blue in the chest. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I think it's fine because there's so much blue outgoing from the figure. You got the shoulders, you got the lower arms, you got the legs. So I think it does a fair amount of trying to, you know, bring out that blue throughout the entire figure. It's also got that ugly head. I don't like the head, but I also kind of like it in a charming way. You know, it's that kind of charming ugly. He's also got a couple of weapons. He's got this large stick and a blaster. I don't remember him using actual weapons in the movie, so I guess they just throw these together. I know that he had weapons on his back, but actually using them? No. And then I think there's a couple of weapons on his side, but I might be wrong. It might just be some greebling or detail, but it does look like maybe he's got a couple of pistols or something there. So yeah, this is a figure that I feel like I'm required to get because I like Dark of the Moon. This is a character that I don't have in my collection, so yeah. And then we also have the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. This is going to be a leader class figure, which is probably going to be maybe slightly taller than a Voyager, kind of like what they did with the Dark of the Moon Megatron. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. The truck mode looks fine for what it is. I don't know, the gray seems a little too bright. Maybe I'm just so used to all that chrome that the Age of Extinction line had. Also, the top feels a little too tall, but maybe that's just me. You can plug all the accessories to the back. You could plug that little sword to the side. And then for the robot mode, I actually like most of how the robot turned out. I think it's nice and bulky. I like the shoulder pads placed on the side. Some of the transformation does seem similar to the Last Night version of Optimus Prime, which I do like that figure. Some people were saying that, oh, it took them long enough to do this. And to that I say, well, if they just brought in this version of Optimus Prime early on, they would have just used the Last Night Optimus Prime, so yeah. But he also does come with the sword, which I think is nice, because if you watch the movie, he does have the sword for one scene while he's fighting off Galvatron, but he does have the shield. I'm not sure if that shield will be able to transform. It almost looks like it, because it looks like it's split down the middle, and he does come with his traditional sword that this version of Optimus Prime usually has. You can see that slapped on the back. I don't like the fact that you can see the back panel right there, but I think the biggest problem I have with this figure is the pipes. You see them on the back right there. You can see like tiny ones, and then you can see the actual ones used for the truck mode on the legs. Now, I get faux parts. I understand that, especially with a design like this. It doesn't really lean a lot of the truck mode kibble into the robot mode. But my problem with that is you could just see it right there. The pipes are right there. So it's just in your face that those aren't being used on the back, especially when so many versions of this Optimus Prime has actually properly used it for the back. It just seems kind of weird. But otherwise, you know, I'm totally fine with it. And then we take a look at Trypticon, so this is going to be a quick look because we've already talked about it. There's the packaging, there's the base mode. I already have a Trypticon. You know, he's pretty cool. He's right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I love this thing. This is the Titans Returns one, so this is just a repaint in the cartoon accurate colors. I love that packaging. The colors there are very nice. You could also see full tilt there. And yeah, you know, lighter green, lighter purple, darker black. I think it's fine. If you missed out on Trypticon, there you go. And then last but not least here, this is the thing that I feel like I have to pre-order because the pre-order is going to be open tomorrow. This is the Transformers Age of the Primes Wreck and Doom 2-pack for Spinister and Topspin. So what they're doing is they're taking the Legacy Amazon exclusive lines of the Doom and Destruction Mayhem Attack Squad and the Wreck and Rule collection for the Wreckers, and they're having them as like a dual pack or a versus thing. I know that I think it's Carnivac and I think it's Impactor. No, not Impactor. It's Iron Fist is supposed to have a 2-pack come later. But the thing that we heard about this 2-pack is apparently we were supposed to get Twin Twist, and that doesn't seem to be the case because we're actually getting Topspin, which is perfect because we already have Twin Twist in the Diaclone colors. So these are both going to be repaints, which I don't mind because they're actually pretty cool figures. Starting off with the Spinister, I actually like the darker colors here. He looks like he has really dark jeans or like leather pants, and I'm kind of into it. But I also like the blue sleeves and the dark blue on the face. I think that's what's really doing it for me. I would like to see more of that purple throughout it, but I don't necessarily mind how they're doing it. And then we also have the hair splitter and the Singe figure. Now these are going to be repaints of the, I think it's the Needle Nose Target Masters. So they're not going to be like the Siege Target Masters, which I'm totally fine with. You know, they're smaller figures. It's whatever. They just need to transform into weapons. Some people might be upset by that, but the benefit about this is they'll be able to stack much like the original Target Masters, so I think that's pretty cool. Now, I do have the original Spinister figure, but I don't mind getting another. You know, Spinister is really cool, so I'm totally fine with it. But the main reason why I really want this pack is the Topspin, because I have that Twin Twist. And then also, I have the original Topspin. So I have all these repaints. I feel like I kind of need it. But it's got the blue chest and then the red limbs. If you're confused by this, it's the Diaclone colors. So the original Diaclone figures were red and blue as opposed to the blue and white. And I think it looks fine. I actually like the colors here more than they did with the Twin Twist. Maybe in person I'll switch that, but I don't know. I like the red limbs. It kind of reminds me of like an Energon toy, like the Wind Saber. But yeah, Topspin, and it does name Freeze Out this time. In the Twin Twist, they didn't actually name that one, although I think that was, what was it, Burnout or something? I can't remember the name. But yeah, repaints of Titans Returns toys. We got Trypticon, we got Topspin now. So there you go. If you have been waiting to complete the Diaclone Wreckers, there you go. And with that, I thank you guys for watching. Sorry, I keep screwing up and misremembering stuff. I don't know what's with me today. But like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And we'll see you guys next time.